The Bishop Heelan Crusaders are rolling in the early portion of their girls' soccer season. They are ranked 6th in Class 2A, 4-1 overall this year. And joining us on Coach's Corner today is their head coach, Sean Mansfield. I want to thank you for being here, Coach.
All right, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's kind of start with what's already happened. Like I said, 4-1 on the season. What have you learned in these 5 games so far?
Well, I've learned that we do have some work ahead of us yet, but we're off to a good start, and I know we have a lot of potential. I've learned that we have a lot of kids that are willing to step up and are ready to move forward. And like I said, this team has a lot of potential. We just got to put in the work to finalize what we're going to do at the end of the year.
And a brief look ahead, obviously you got SBL coming up this week, and then you end the week with Spencer at home. Kind of just talk about what Siouxland should expect in those 2 matchups.
Yeah, we have a conference game in Sergeant Bluff. Of course, they're going to give us everything they have. Everybody does, and we expect that. And then we move on to Spencer, which is going to be a challenging game for us. Spencer ranked 11th in 2A. We have them at home. We're excited for that one. We'll get a good test to kind of see where we're at. And then next week we play a conference game against North High. And once again, North High is always a battle for us, you know, and they play us hard. And then we move on to go to Dallas Center Grimes next weekend and play Des Moines Christian, who's ranked number 2 in 1A. And then we play North Scott, who's ranked number 5, right ahead of us in 2A. So after these next couple weeks, we'll have a good idea where we're at and what we need to work on to move ahead coming playoff time.
Absolutely, and to be successful in the playoffs, you have to have great players. You graduated Traylon White last year. You talked about Jada Douch being one of the key pieces that stepped up. Reese Bleeker, another one. Just kind of talk about some of these girls that are making impact plays for the Crusaders.
Sure. Jada Douch has done, a spectacular job already this year, getting her goals and stuff, and we expect a lot more out of her. And she's doing a good job of taking over that leadership role at a forward position. Also, Reese Bleeker in the midfield is another senior leader that's been a 4-year starter. She was on our 2023 state championship team as a starter as a freshman. So she knows what it's like to play in those big games and steps up her game in those situations. And we have Ava Peters, who's filling in up top with that, and Bella Reyes, who we're kind of waiting for to get back from an injury, is going to help us out a lot there. So like I said, there's a lot of potential there.
Let's not look too far ahead, but I'm going to ask you to look a little farther ahead. What defines a successful season for the Crusaders?
I think getting back to state tournament, that's our goal. Now that we've moved up from 2A to 1A, I think we got to be careful with expecting that it's going to happen. Granted, we want to, but I had a conversation with the girls on Friday that just because you want something doesn't mean it's going to happen, and we have to work at it to make that happen. And I think a successful season for us will be getting back to that state tournament, especially at a 2A level, and see what we can do there.
Well, we look forward to covering you guys the rest of the season. Thank you, Coach Mansfield, for stopping in. And that's all the time we have on Coach's Corner.